Hello everyone, welcome to another impromptu live stream. Now this is going to be a pretty short one because, well, it's 5 p.m. So one of my older brothers is coming back at around 7 p.m. So I'm going to make this short. In fact, I already got like an alarm set ahead. So I guess without further ado, why don't I just go ahead and turn on my custom built computer. Almost all these quote-unquote tinkering or casual tinkering streams are just all focused on this particular build of mine. Oh, and as far as what we do here, because I'm just gonna make this thing quick, I'm gonna have to dropping things now. I'm gonna to see if I can try to get this thing out of the way before I even forget, because this week's gonna be pretty busy since one of my older brothers is gonna be bringing me out to help them fix stuff, something automobile car related. So yeah, I'm gonna have to help him. Well, it's not just me helping, it's pretty much most of my other brothers trying to help out on that situation. So yeah, activate the camera and see if I'm able to get this in the shot. Connect up the camera. I'm gonna turn off my filter and then reactivate. There it is without any filters. This is what it looks like with the filter on. This one gives like a cool, this one gives like a warm type. It's set to like this part. The beloved gray, welcome to the live stream. Let's pull the tripod down so that we can see what's going on here. So I'm focusing on these things here, the two hard drives. Can we zoom in? I think we can. Yes, I can. I almost forgot about this thing on the camera. I can actually do that on this camera. You know, I even forgot that I could zoom in and out on this camera. But what we have here is, that's the main drive. That's the 500 gig Seagate hard drive that I pulled out of my AMD compact. And then this one is the 160 gig drive, the 160 gig drive that I had for this computer build ever since I built it back in December 2025. That's not used. Now that well, I pretty much got not all my setup on here, I think it's about time that I shall purge this drive. But before I do anything with that, let's see how I can go about doing this. Come on. There we go. I'm using this drive today for this particular stream. And let's focus on over to the other machine. So I set you guys somewhere. Just a moment. Make sure camera's wider. Adjust the tripod. Reactivate the camera. Reposition camera. There we go. Need to turn on filters too, so there we go. Let me get brighten it up as it can be. Alright. First start up with that first drive that I had on the system in like a long while, because the current drive that I'm using is current. Well, I unplugged it and I put it back into the first drive I ever bought for the system. And it's turning on. It's a Western Digital Caviar drive. And it's weird that if I load this drive and I see the red access light is always lights up. It doesn't actually blink properly when it's making seeking. But on this drive, well, we have Windows 98, Windows 2000, and Windows XP. These are the installs I have on this drive, which because of the nature of whatever I'm doing with this one. Now let's see if I can. I think this one, the ISO setting 2, and I also have 2A on my OBS. I think this one suits well. Seeing this, load. Let me see how it cuts off. So go here. See if I can try load this one. I know it's running a bit slow, but hey, cancel. There's this thing where you type in con/con or PTR or PTR AUX. We'll bring up this. Nope. I think that was actually fixed with updates, because I think unpatched it was just blue screen, because the reserved driver names. But no matter, let's see if, because I'm pretty much using this drive, I'm going to be using this drive for future experiments, by the way, so no matter if I do something stupid with this drive, like deleting fonts or whatever, but hey, it's all part of the experiment, right? Which is exactly what I'm going to do. But let's see if we can try to get this thing to boot with a minimal set of fonts, because there's like a set number of fonts that Windows needs to load. So let me move all these over to the root of the drive and make it FOTS, FOTS. Cannot move. Okay. What does this mean, guys? Let's go into Windows 2000. It's probably a bit more helpful that way. See, 2000. I really have not checked what kind of programs do I have on my on these installs. I had to check, and even the updates too. So, well, I mean, I did create backups for all these things. So, no matter. So, not all is lost of these things. Even if I mess these partitions up on purpose, you know. computer. See if I can do this fonts, and then pretty much take out everything in here. So that pretty much leaves but I need a few fonts that's like some of them that might be hidden. So like there's like a few sets of fonts that it needs to load. VGA, A50, Fix, OEM, a couple of hidden fonts in here. So let's go ahead and restart. I also, if I have, oh wait, I don't have the, I don't have the hard disk drive, because I unplugged it. Well, I'm gonna replug it back in. To my computer. If I'm able to. Okay, I think this is how it goes. There we go. I'm gonna let this thing count down. So 3, 2, 1. It'll probably prompt me with an error saying that font can't be found. Windows could not load because this file is missing or corrupt or whatever. But will it able to load without any of those fonts? It probably won't. Windows 98 is starting up, and will it error out? It just simply reboots itself. Oh, the computer actually shut itself off. The computer actually shut itself off. Okay. With all those fonts that it could not, with all those missing fonts, it really could not find any of them. So the computer actually shut itself off. If Windows 98 cannot find any of the fonts within that directory, and the computer just simply shut itself down instead of restarting. Where's... Did I have that pin to start somewhere? The VM thing, I don't see it anywhere. Repin it. Well, there it is, VirtualBox there. Alright, now that we got everything in here in order, the new VirtualBox logo has similar colors to that of VMware Workstation Pro, now that I'm seeing it. Alright, see, open that, saved, powering the VM. Alright, going back to the 98 folder, I'm gonna actually set an option that says oh, there's nothing that says there's nothing that says restore previous folders on. Yeah, doesn't see that, but FOTS, I'm gonna actually make that as a list. So I think it's FOTN by type. FOTN, I think it's, yeah, it's FON. So let's do VGA 850. VGA 850. And then this one, I think this is like the terminal. Yeah, that's terminal. Terminal font, Fixis, OEM. That's the. Let's do these. Bringing it over into this fonts folder, so just finding a minimal set of fonts to see if it'll work. Let's see. VJ Fix. I mean, it's gonna take a couple restarts or whatever just to keep a basic install going. Well, how about I just go ahead and just copy all of these hidden fonts. If that's the minimum that you can get, if that's the minimum amount of fonts that you can get 98 to run on, let's see. Because I mean, I tried it on a Windows 3.1 VM and yeah, which startup sound? The Blitz 2006, referring to the 2000 or the 98 one. If it's the 2000 slash ME one, then yeah, I mean the Windows 2000 one, I fondly remember that one because of my cousins had a custom built MSI. It's running on safe mode. I don't want to do that. 2000. Yeah, I figured the Blitz. Yeah, Windows 2000. I remember Windows 2000 fondly in my childhood. Well, you started with DOS, obviously. Yeah, MS-DOS. I mean, scan disk. Yeah, I obviously started with Windows XP, Professional specifically. When I first started using computers, I think it was like as early as 2004, as far as I remember. From my memory, on my parents' 2001 compact Presario computer. I still have. Where's that? Damn, with all these things. Where's that? Ah. Wow, a Tandy 100 that had PC DOS. Okay. Exit. Yeah, I know. I was just wondering what version of DOS it was. PC DOS. Yeah, it's just there's various different versions of DOS. You know, you got like PC DOS, DR DOS, MS-DOS, you know, a few of them obviously to think about. Excuse me. Like DOS operating systems is basically like a command line operating systems, you know. Did I got Windows 98 to work with a minimal set of fonts? It seems like it did. Although, if we go into, certain... Okay. Seems like the buttons there are looking a bit funky now, but the fonts folder has... Well, now it has various fonts now, but added the serif fonts. Let's take a look at all these fonts. So, a few of the fonts we have Vixis, System, Terminal, Career, Terminal. Okay, so we got Vixis, System, Terminal, Career, Modern, MS Serif, Small Fonts, MS Sans Serif, and Symbol. So I guess that's like what? Vixis, System, Terminal, Career, Modern, MS Serif, Small Fonts, MS Sans Serif, and Symbol. I think that's like 9 fonts. 9 fonts. You know, these for these hidden 9 hidden fonts. Yeah, the arrows are looking a bit funky because they use a Marilette font, which is no longer present, so it's just displaying random bits of letters or numbers depending on what what it actually looks like. So now that looks like, I don't know, it looks like an alpha symbol. We got alpha symbol, we got weird symbols, but the arrows are now 8s. There's a 6 for the down arrow. That's like a check mark, but and for properties we got those things, and they're scalable elements. That's gone. Let's see. Well, let's go to Notepad. See what available fonts do we have. Set fonts. So yeah, we got sure, it set all the fonts back. Well, it's only a few, but it looks like they had some. Oh wait. Yep. Yeah, all those fonts, it was forcibly removed, but let's see. Career, DOS, So it's like the basic Career, DOS app, serif, small, S serif, symbol, E, VJ fix, VJ OEM, VJ sys font. These are the ones that are in use by, whoop. Now that's using small fonts. So we got at least back to a minimum of fonts. I'm trying to make it as bare bones as I can and see if we can try to. I mean, there's the other set of fonts, but these are like the 6 that's currently using. So I'll have to more likely make a note of that. Let's see. FOT2. What? No. What is it doing? FOT2. Put that there. And the checkboxes, they're all like weird symbols and letters. Just pretty much doing some things before I wipe out this drive and I only have about like what? I'm probably gonna have to set like a timer just so I know when it is time. To Windows 2000 Professional. See if I can get down to something like just the small basic fonts. Oh yeah, I still had the resource hacker makery, as I was still making some customizations. Which one was this one? Yeah, I already got that one. NTKR and LPA, and I believe this is not modified. Judging by the nope. It's not been modified, so make those things, place. One. Alright, I need to go back to that folder. I need to make a shortcut to this one. Forms fonts. So let's see if I can. A DOS app, that's terminal. Career, MS Serif. MS Serif and small fonts. MS Sans Serif and symbol, and then there's Fixes, terminal. Let's see if we can try to bring this down. Career. We can bring it down to like DOS app, VGA OEM, and then VGA fix and sys. Just kind of like doing some process of elimination here, just to see if it's actually bootable. Let's see how far we can go. Back to Windows 98, and if it reboots, then I'll add a font. Let's see if we can try to get it to run with minimal serif fonts as possible. Just trying to boot. It's booting. Which fonts did? There we go. That looks like Fixsys now. It's using Fixsys instead of sans serif now, so it's pretty much substituted the fonts, and it looks pretty weird now. Bitmap 9. Oh. Now everything looks a bit weird now. 20 views for concurrent viewers. Yeah, so now there's only like 2 fonts left. Or 4 fonts left. This is the minimum that I could get as of currently. VGA sys, VGA fix, VGA OEM, and DOS app. Let's see if we can try to get it. Oh my goodness, these MS DOS prompt, still able to do that. Let's see. Oh goodness, bitmap only, true type, both fonts. I mean auto. See what happens if we try it. Well, I mean terminal fonts, this works still. But these are the fonts that were. This looks like that looks like system, but the Explorer elements are using fixed sys. So it's like 9 items minus 4. 9 items minus 4. We eliminated 5 fonts, so that we're left with 4. I'm trying to wipe out this drive, but before I do that, I'm just having some fun here. Which to any of you watching this, do not try what I do at home, obviously, because I'm pretty much just destroying the partitions. But well, on purpose, because well, it doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna wipe this drive anyway. I wanted to also have this use this computer for experimenting purposes too. So that's why I have a secondary drive to try it on. But yeah, to anybody watching this part of the stream, to anybody who's watching me, seeing me do stuff like this, what you're seeing right now, I wouldn't necessarily condone doing any of the stuff that I'm doing right now, as of yet, because of how messed up this thing is. But I'm just doing it for experimentation, which, I mean, you know, what can you do for experimentation purposes? Let's see if I can't necessarily do that because DOS mode, I can't necessarily access DOS mode here. It'll always bring up write fault error, writing device, AUX. I mean, that appears on the drive. That appears on the drive that I have, whereas on my Seagate drive, it just says Windows protection error. It must be some configuration, whatever, or some type of particular drive. FA. It wasn't that quick. Let's see. There we go. Just had to do it very quick. Command prompt only mode. Alright, and we're in command prompt mode. So let's take a look at well, I mean, if I do directory, it's seeing no files because it doesn't see any fonts in that, but there are files in there. There's like 4. So in order to do this, in order to actually see the fonts, I would need to use like a graphical. I need a graphical based OS. I need a graphical user interface to see those fonts, because obviously I can't necessarily see them in command line mode. So another process of elimination. here, go to my computer again. Now let's see which font shall I eliminate. Just making sure that it's still at least bootable. DOS app and VJOM. Well, I think this is for the full screen font, and I think this is for like the actual terminal font. Let's see if we can try to bring everything down to just VJ Fix, eliminating VJOM, VJ6, and DOS app. It's left with one font, but I figured it will not be bootable without the help of the other fonts. So I guess it's pretty much just down to 3 fonts or 2 fonts. I don't know, just doing my process of elimination here. Alright, let's see if it's unbootable with only 1 font. And if it is, then I'll add one of the fonts that it needs. Or if it still needs those terminal fonts, now we add one of them. NTKRNL, PLPA. Let's see if it actually shuts itself down. Oh. Shut itself off. So, yes, it cannot boot with only VGA Fixes. That with the only font in that fonts folder alone, so it needs help with the other fonts. Let's see if I can get VJOM in there. VJOM, that's like another DOS C command line interface font. Alright, let's do that. That one. Log in. FOT2, so that leaves us with VJOM. So yeah, VJOM. That's like the, and then DOS app. That's like the let's see how this goes. Back to this one. Is it normal? see if it's actually bootable or not. With now there's two fonts. There's VJ OEM. Will this help? Oh, it's aired out now. Because I saw something for a split second. I didn't really necessarily see something that said missing whatever, which I'm gonna have to like see if I can record. See if I can record for a split second. See that error message that pops up. That came by pretty quick. Error loading, whatever that says. So let me error loading which font? Error loading GDI.exe. You must reinstall Windows or whatever. That displays it in the command prompt line. GDI.exe. Wonder what fonts does it rely on? We have VJ OEM, and we have. Let's see if I can get DOS app in there. And even if those two are. Well, even if I had those three fonts, DOS app, VJ OEM, and VJ fix, and it still doesn't load GDI, then that means I'll have to add the system font, and it'll load. So that pretty much means I can theoretically launch this with only 4 fonts in there. I'm experimenting, so. Yeah. Experimenting in software, but it's all part of the software tinkering process. What I'm doing here with operating systems specifically. Alright, going back to here, my computer. So let's see if I can get DOS app. The DOS app font. Let's see, DOS app, FON, Windows fonts. Add that one in. So now there's only 3 fonts: DOS app, VJ fix, and VJ OEM. However, is that even enough? Is that even enough for? Yeah, it's not even enough for it to be considered, you know, for it to be considered like bootable with only those 3 fonts. So just fix this only and the 2 DOS based fonts. It'll probably may not load the GDI stuff still, but we'll see. That's 4. Alright. Oh, it didn't. So even that didn't work. But at least, well, I didn't see that message. I didn't see the error loading GDI, so it appears that we do need the VJ sys. However, what happens if I leave the terminal fonts out and just only have fixed sys and system? I'm just trying to make sure. See if I can get it to boot without, you know, at a minimum, obviously. connections. Alright, on my computer. And let's see if I can add, well, vgasys.fon. So adding the last font, this will make it bootable in a very limited fashion in terms of fonts. So let's see if we can remove the DOS app and VGA OEM fonts, because these are basically like the terminal fonts. So let's delete those two, leaving it only VGA Fix and VGA Fix and VGA Sys. So just Fix Sys and System, because obviously it probably won't run with either. So if I delete VGA Fix and just left with VGA Sys, it probably still won't boot. Well, I mean, because I deleted those other fonts, the terminal fonts, and specifically, it'll likely fail to boot. Yes, it can run Doom. I mean, I'm saying that hypothetically because I don't have the game. I don't have the game on hand, but hey, it can. Just that meme that's been spreading around. It's like, can this device run on Doom? Can the potato run on Doom? Can the potato run Doom? Whatever. Can a medical device run on Doom? Yeah, whatever. Got that going. Alright, out here, back to my computer. Yeah, we only have VGA. Wait, did I somehow boot back into here? Weren't I supposed to boot into Windows 98? I think I was. Man, I have to look back into the stream again, because it may seem like I booted into the wrong OS. Yeah, somehow I booted into back into Windows 2000 again. So yeah, let's see how we can go about this again. Again, with only that one font, which is VGA sys.fon. Okay, let's see if it has gets anything. Okay, that's not really do anything. So VJ only VJ sys doesn't really do anything, so I'll add VJ fix. Just trying at different kinds of combinations here. Alright, which one? I have to go to FOT2 vjfix.fon. vjsys.fon. Yeah, that right speaker is starting to buzz. Let's see if it actually loads with VJ fix and VJ sys. Nope, it still says error loading GDI. So let's add VJ OEM. It seems like a GDI.exe relies on a few fonts just to get a graphical interface system going. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong key, I should say. Computer. Let's bring back, let's reinsert VJ OEM. FOT2 VJ OEM.fon. restart. So now it's only 3 fonts now. So it's got VGA, OEM, VGA, Fix, VGA, Sys. So we've got the terminal font, Fix, Sys, and system fonts all in there. Alright, normal. Whoa, it's booting. Wow, it's actually booting now. Brax, you want that? Well, here you go. You want me to type the pentagram 10 times? Let's see. Set font. Oh, it's only size 12. Fix this. Let's do 24. Now let's do 31 right now. See this. This is for you, Brax. Whoops. Oh wait, oh, let's see. It's dirty. Let's see, 28. 20. Yeah, I think that's. Well, see what we can do here. All right. Brax, if you're watching this, this is for you. There. You happy now? Thanks, Brax. I really appreciate it, but it's not like I'm gonna be doing all this. I'm not gonna be doing like an ASMR keyboard stream, obviously. You want to have like what, 12 hours of me just typing over and over again? Wow, that's really taking a toll on my. It's really taking a toll on my health if I try to type whatever kind of word for like, I don't know, like 12 hours or 6 hours or something like that. I don't know. But hey, feel free to watch other ASMR streams like this. Well, something like what I just did earlier. If you're really into that, check out some of the other some videos or some streams online, like on YouTube, for something like this, and you can just like play it as white noise. Obviously, you don't know what the term white noise is, in a figurative sense. Oh yeah, I did it because I had to set it to a specific size so I could fill the whole screen instead of just like skipping over like one line, so that I have a scroll bar present. So but hey, that was for you. That was specifically for you. Anyways, off. Look, type in the chat too. You're talking about Brax. I'm gonna take this camera off of the tripod so I can actually show you what that thing is. So this is the tripod that I'm using right now. Let me hold on for a moment. I need to readjust camera settings here. So this is the tripod that I'm using right now. I had this for like a few years now. It's been holding up pretty well. It's like a generic off. There's a little device down here. The generic off-brand. Well, it's like a generic tripod that I've been using that's still holding up after all these years. It's like a what? I should say it here. It's a Youngtang VCT-5208RM tripod that I've been using for the past few years now. I don't know. I don't remember how long we got this, but I remember it was like a few years ago, so probably sometime recent. But the reason why you always see the camera falling in place is because well, that's where like there's like a little there used to be something like this, obviously, where it's like you screw it in and then it kind of like stops it from like from moving or falling. This one, it used to have that, but it broke off because of all the stress and forces that it took to kind of get after all the screwing unscrewing stuff. And I think it put a bit of a stress on this plastic, so it broke off, and I don't have the pieces for it to kind of like glue it back on anymore. So that's why I had to hold the tripod up like this, obviously. So just hold the bottom part on this part of the tripod, and that's obviously why whenever I kick the camera, whenever I hit the tripod or whatever, or just suddenly move it, that's what happens. I won't be able to get it as best as I can on camera, but if I somehow move the tripod suddenly, like, yeah, that's what happens. Remember how I was saying in all my other streams, whenever this would obviously fell, when the tripod would fall like this, that's most likely the reason why I said that I would need to get a new tripod, because this is broken. So I had to resort to doing this, and if I kick this tripod somewhat, see, it just falls like that. And even if I want to, because I can't like even put it up to as high as this anymore, because it'll just fall like that. I will say to anyone who's watching this live stream, this is not going to be a professional stream by any means. I'm just showing a viewer here about wondering why my camera fell, and it's highly likely it's this tripod's fault, so not the camera's fault. But yeah, this is the tripod that I've been using for a while now. This also came with a holder for the phone, so here's the holder. It attaches to here, obviously, so I'm going to show you the full setup that it is. So this is the entire setup of the tripod that I'm using. So yeah, something like that, which I have well, the camera that I'm holding right now, it's hooked on here. So I mean, obviously if I want to keep it I want to adjust it and I want to keep it at a specific height, I would need to get something like a Rubik's Cube like this one that I got from a dollar store, and just kind of like hold it on here, hold it on there like so. So that's pretty much what I would be doing, if I was kind of like, if I had this camera placed up on this tripod and I wanted to record something off of this TV, like if I'm playing something like, I'm going to show it to you here briefly. Like if I was playing something, that'll come up, that game, Told Out Your Life Living the Dream, which I will be doing a stream on sometime later during the week. That's in the planning stage for me. Something like this, if I want to show footage from this TV, I would have to kind of like set up the tripod like this, have something to kind of like hold the bottom towards, because once again this is broken, so I can't normally lock it in place anymore. So that's pretty much what I had going here. So now, just to answer your question, Brax, that's likely why you're seeing this fall like that, because this is broken. So and Brax, to answer your questions, I don't exactly know where these pieces are. And no, I cannot use tape, because I want to make sure this tripod is as clean as it is without getting all that residue on this thing. Because obviously, yeah, seeing that you're here, obviously. So I just want to make sure I have as a clean environment as can be, bit more sanitary for me, obviously, because yeah. Also, I want to make sure that this thing is adjustable. So like, if I tape it around like here, it'll be stuck within that position. I can't necessarily move it down or something, because that would probably fall like that. So man, sorry Brax, I'm kind of rambling on with this tripod, obviously, because you're questioning about why my camera dropped like, you know. I will show it to you. Let's have it in position. I'm just gonna have to make it simulation. So yeah, you're probably wondering why my camera goes down like, if I can, like that, right? Well, that's because it's this tripod's fault, because this broken piece. So get one shot. See, I was kind of like tapping it, and then that allowed this thing to fall through the middle part, because I don't have this piece anymore. The piece that broke off, I actually lost it, because I actually put it in a tent that was set up in this exact room when this used to be my dad's room. So, but hey, it is what it is. And also, I don't have any money or funds to procure for a new tripod, unless I'm willing to find one at a decent price. But for now, I just gotta live with it. I just gotta live with this tripod for now, until I can procure some money to buy a new one, which unless if I got memberships or any kind of like super chats or whatever, you know, in the next, probably by the end of this month or the next coming month, if I turn that on. But hey, you'll see about what happens in the next few weeks or months. But Brax, I wasted my time trying to explain to you why it looks like the camera falls down as it is. That's because of the tripod, you know, that I'm using. And I'm more well aware of this tripod falling down in place, obviously, you know. So like right now it's normal, but then I suddenly kicked the tripod and it seems to go well. But yep, I kicked it. I mean, I just kind of nudged it, and then now the middle piece just went through the hole. So yeah, I mean you obviously can't see it, because I have the camera hooked up to the tripod, obviously. Anyway, oh man, sometimes you can please your viewers, sometimes you cannot, but that's just how things go on YouTube, obviously, you know. Jeez. And I've only got like 43 minutes on the stream, so I gotta make sure I do this quickly before my brother comes back for more stuff. That's looking a bit different. Check now. Always ask, yeah, do that. And let's go into MS-DOS prompt to see what happened to it. Oh wait, it is slowing that thing, but now it'll only go up. Oh whoa! So even though those all work, now it's locked into like this specific type font. So What happens if we go full screen? Well, that still works. Well, now that we got that up and running, it would seem like the minimum amount of fonts that we could get Windows to load, obviously, is VGA Fix, VGA OEM, and VGA Sys. I think I also tried that on Windows 3.1, and that also worked. So it's just a minimal number of fonts just to get the GUI portion to work. You know, I mean, obviously for this specific interface, it just uses the Windows, this specific interface. The Marilet font required for these symbols, like the arrow symbols, like on the start menu and on the here, like, well, that still low, that still shows the correct thing, but that's like a number and such. Obviously, something with like the Windows 3.1 interface, you know, that doesn't necessarily make use of Marilets, but hey, yeah, the symbols. Well, how you're asking me how do I browse the web on this? Well, it's just simple. I take an Ethernet cord or anything to hook this up directly, and then I just need to find a web browser. And what's it doing? I don't know what. I think that was probably the stuff that was trying to load for that thing. Yeah. Assuming that loads. Well, the MSN homepage isn't loading. Now it shows that, but in a different font. It doesn't work. Oldnet.com, and now that also shows the formatting of the fonts, because we deleted most all the fonts. Now it's just displaying all these and then the default fallback fonts now. Wrong, fine. This is all just displaying it in that funky little font. Featured show. Oh, FrogFind now works. The search thing now works. The search thing now works in this thing now. That's it. Yeah, because last time it didn't work. Now it seems like it does. Sorry, there's a problem getting the article. Sorry, invalid or complete HTML. That's what it is. So FrogFind works. Let's see if I can use the ProtoWeb proxy. Yeah, let's do this. $78.51. Load in Explorer. Yeah, just do all that. I think it's probably gonna re-input all those fonts, I guess. Yeah, I think it's trying to reload all those things, it seems like. It looks like it's... Yeah, it's doing something for Office XP now. By the way, the hard drive that this computer is running on is not the primary drive. This is the secondary drive that I'm running on, which is actually the hard drive that I originally bought for this system, obviously. Alright, let's load. Well, now we got this, but with the again with the fonts defaulting to like this system or fix this font. I think it's system font. Best of the web. That just goes to nope. Restore channel guide. That goes to That just goes to the MSN WindowsMedia.com. Well, that is strange. And seeing this with a scroll bar because we removed all them fonts. Let's always display this page. Always display that window. That runtime errors occurred. No. Customizing the links bar. Customize links. Free Hotmail. That's Internet start. Oh, that's. It just goes to that page. Microsoft's home page. Windows Media. Windows. Oh, that goes to the V4 update, right? Let's. I know there's the Windows home page. Object expected. No. Bunch of runtime errors now. Object expected. What version of? Okay, let's hit no on that. Stop. There we go. Nope. I'll just get the debugger. Why not? It's invalid page. Oh, even all those are displaying funky fonts too again. So object expected break, and I think that the IE is not necessarily responding now. Stop debugging. Oh, is this Office X most what's that? MSE7. An error occurred in your application. Okay, now this is display. Well, I mean this displays in the system font. Yeah. Ignore. Let's see how I can Control Delete and task. There we go. Just doing some things here. Obviously, I am not going to keep this. It's re-added the tools now. I think that was from this thing. Yeah. Just barely reinstalled that. Let's see, magnifier. Second one's magnifier. There's the magnifier. Magnifier works. Old version of VLC on 98. Let's see if we go to WordPad. I mean, it still displays all these installed fonts, yet we completely removed them. So still think it's installed, but I think the same. The Tahoma font is not present. So even okay, I think these are the programs for XP. So to restore it, and yeah, oh, that's Windows 2000. Whoops. I think it was doing Office XP stuff. Yeah, I think I was trying to set that up again. Yeah, that font is looking a bit funky now. The language bar is looking a bit funky as well. That one. Media player. No. Just mute it because copyright. Oh, even that's looking a bit funky now. I think that's like fix. I don't know. That's Fixis or system. But yeah, everything looks a bit funky because of the. This is pretty much Windows 98 running with only 3 fonts. Oh, just yeah. Now I added those other fonts. It seems like those other TTF fonts, but I got this thing to run with only 3 fonts. That is vjfix.fon, vjom.fon, and vjsys.fon. These 3 specific fonts. So that's Fixis, Terminal, and System. And it seems like it's re-added a bunch of these TrueType fonts back here. Most of these, including it seems like Arial back. So it seems like by the time I restart, then it'll be re-added back in. Okay. I think I've seen enough. However, because I'm not going to keep these installs anyway, because I'm planning to wipe out this drive completely, because I've already backed everything up with this before I do something with it to wipe out, so I can proceed to wipe out the drive. I mean, I made a macro with like backup of these partitions and put it on the hard drive somewhere, you know, before I made all these you know, experimenting stuff. Yeah, I heard the browse DNS, obviously. I think I remember seeing something like that. I think Michael and JD did something similar to that, where it just pretty much loads like an image, you know, from a modern web server, and then just kind of like, I mean, it loads the modern looking web pages, you know, as like constantly updating a image. Obviously, I should probably look back into one of those videos that Michael and JD did, but do I let's see, going back to my PAL disks here, do I have something like a UIE collection here? I'm sure I have it somewhere. Yep, I do have UIE collection. I wonder if this is actually I wonder if this is actually loadable, I guess. It might not be though. Or is it? Oh my gosh, it is. It's loading on Windows 98. Again, the installer is looking a bit funky, even though it still has the theming. It's got all these things. That's not okay. Let's see. Let's do custom install. I'll just do a full install. Just pretty much get every single thing in there. It's installing all these pretty much install all versions of Internet Explorer, UIE collection, create all these icons for us. So Udelu IE collection. I think I had Udelu IE collection installed on my AMD compact because I had upgraded the IE version to IE6, and I installed IE 5.01 as secondary by Udelu IE collection. Extracting all those files now. How many minutes do I have? 26 minutes now. I really gotta do. I think this whole part of the stream is just pretty much just messing around with whatever that's on that secondary drive before I purge it, obviously. Now I'm just focusing on the 98 partition. The 98 portion. Okay. Then this came up. All those links now, assuming if this is working. I see all these IE 1.5 links now. Let's make those shortcuts. Well, I just clicked on that while I was doing all those things. Oh, now it's beeping now. Here it goes. Now I'm hearing clicks from the PC speaker now. Yeah, it's not working now. Let's see what happens if I hit the... I mean, I could do a hard shutdown, or I could just do a hard reset by using the physical reset button. It's just like silently beeping, and I move the mouse and it's just kind of like scrolling. I wonder if I can actually hard reset it. There we go. 54 views, 4 concurrent viewers. Well, I'll just take out that Udelu IE collection disk. I won't necessarily be needing it now. No scan disk. I mean, obviously, I can purge drives with Gpart. Obviously, there's a little function in Gpart where it's like cleared. You make the partition set as cleared, and it pretty much just zeroes out whatever that's on those drives. Oh, okay, now we got those things now. I think that's because it added back those fonts. Now it's displaying like Wingdings fonts. It's displaying Wingdings fonts for at least some of these things now. Yeah, Wingdings now. I don't know what size font it is. Yeah, we got my computer. Yeah, the font still looks a bit weird. Now let's see what the hell looks like. And now these are just the blind Windows screensaver is just all dots, because I think it was using the Windows logo. I think it was using the Windows logo thing right embedded within that Wingdings font. Now it's just displaying it as like dots. What about the 3D Maze screensaver? If we can find that. 3D flower box. I think that's 3D Maze, right? Yep. And this displays, well, I mean, it's obviously not affected by it. Well, 3D text. OpenGL looks like it's playing that, but let's see if I can type in volcano, and it'll display me. It'll just let me display. I can see it zooming in. It's displaying the list of volcanoes in the U.S. with those funky fonts, but it does actually that's the Easter egg that works. And well, now that displays in that different font, but I gotta know which one is the fonts folder. Okay, this is the fonts folder. I will delete everything except for these three. Cannot delete. Okay, it's stuck with those things now. Never mind then. But at least I got this thing to run with only 3 fonts. So now let's run all these things. Why not? Yes. Incompatible program. You're attempting to install version 5 or earlier on Windows 98. IE is already part of the Windows 98 operating system. Yeah, it's saying that it's incompatible. But this one runs IE 5.5. What's that? This version. The version 3. Okay, that specific version doesn't load, but oh well. Let's see. How about this one? Well, this one is 2.01. How about I run DOS? How about I run if I'm able to read what's happening here? Because all this just this is like the Wingdings font. Unable to open. This is version 2.01. So. But it's reading it as IE for 3.1, but it runs on Windows 98. I think this is like a 16-bit application, whatever. w3.org does not work, but it does go to the Google homepage. And that looks like, yeah, browser's not supported. Where is it going this time? Not necessarily anywhere. The oldnet. Yep, it loads the oldnet.com. Oh, they're back. I'm just checking outside. Unable to. Oh, yeah. It doesn't display GIFs or GIFs, animated GIFs there, but the guestbook loads. Those work. And frog find also loads on this old browser, although this image doesn't load and alpha doesn't load too. So let's do Windows 98. The search thing works. Now this is no, what version is this? That's also 3.1. But that, I think that because that's like a 16-bit application. Yeah, Windows 3.1. Where are these are all Windows 3.1. And then this, oh my goodness, I think that's like, IE is currently not set as your default browser. That looks like, this is, okay, wow. This is IE4. Well, the animation doesn't load, but hey, loading. This is IE4, and I can see the old animation up there. This font is not, it's a similar font to that of Marilette, but this is Wingdings, it looks like. We have Wingdings as the font, it looks like. It's all Wingdings. So you can see a little bit of the Wingdings font here. Wingdings. So let me go into Notepad. Let's see. Yep, it has gotten the Wingdings font and a bunch of other stuff. Other fonts that I had to buy Office XP, obviously. But yeah, IE4 launches on 98, and it even has it complete with the old style throbber, obviously, as you can clearly see there. And on IE5, that's like the, IE 5.01. This is like the version that 5.01. This is like the version that came with Windows 2000. And this is like, oh, I can't necessarily close that window out because I'm pressing OK, and oh wait, there we go, that works. IE5 yeah, all these different versions, and then I got Microsoft Internet Explorer. Yeah, the thing restart Internet Explorer. This is IE6, and obviously it's not gonna run. The main browser is still this is, couldn't necessarily tell what version it is, but, and that button doesn't work. That, I think this is like what, it's still like IE5 something. Oh, now the font's loading a bit different. Yeah, this is IE 5.01, old image. This one, well, that displays a different image. IE 5.5. I don't know what this version is, but this is IE 5.01. This is the one that came with Windows 2000. And it displays its old, the old thing there. And like IE 5.5 or some displays this. And IE4 for Windows 98, it will display the old throbber animation, specific to that for Windows 98, obviously. 60 views by concurrent viewers. I have 12 minutes on the clock. Let's see if I can try to get Google. Oh, whoa, oh wow, okay. I forgot I had the proxy server turned on for ProtoWeb, and we are getting the 2000 version of Google's homepage. Microsoft.com/Windows. Yeah, the old throbber. I mean, obviously I could get a magnifier in here so that we can see what that looks like. Okay, that refresh is really slow. But if I move my mouse around, then I can definitely see that. Okay, 2. Get the throbber at the top there. But yeah, look closely. That's the old throbber for Windows 98. When you have IE4, that's the throbber, what it looks like on 98. Obviously, any other version, I think like what Windows 2000 and such, it'll only display the Internet Explorer one. But because this is a Windows 98, it displays that version of the throbber. So let me refresh that page. Oh wait, I have to click on this and move this cursor around so that see, that's the animation of that throbber, what it looks like, and comparing it to something like IE5 or whatever. So we got uh-oh. Reposition that. Okay, doesn't necessarily like to expand. I mean that's the old throbber, obviously. So that's the old throbber for Windows 98 when you have IE4, obviously. So if I refresh the page, that's the animation it will play. And then if I go to IE5, this is the throbber for Windows specific. Well, now it's no longer Internet. I mean, with IE5, it unified the throbber animations across Windows and Internet Explorer. So now it's only displaying the Windows logo and the globe. So let me refresh this window. Let me go to the Microsoft.com/Windows and then let that load. That's the throbber animation of what it looks like on Windows 98. Obviously, if there was an option that could leave it as, I don't know, make it not follow the mouse cursor, because I wanted to see if, okay, that detaches the mouse cursor. Oh wait, yes it does. Okay, I think it's best when it's way up there at that section. But yeah, once again, Windows 98 specific throbber for IE4. and then we got the standard throbber animation for IE5, which is also on 98 edition in Windows 2000 and Windows ME. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, two different kinds of throbbers, which if we can try to reload all these pages, well, I mean, I think it's I don't know what to kind of see if I can try to compare at least these two. Oh, if I click that throbber thing, did that refresh it? Yeah, that's a refresh thing. Yeah, that's a refresh. Oh wait, that just goes to the IE homepage. Okay. I think that does the same for that too. Well, that doesn't. But clicking on the throbber on IE4 brings us to the IE homepage. But if I refresh this window, so there's definitely a difference between the throbber used. Obviously, this type of throbber is still used in Outlook Express, regardless of each different version up until Windows XP. Like this will show up in Outlook Express 5, but Internet Explorer will display this icon. Relaunch. Whoops. Okay. That's what the throbber was like. Just a little comparison with the magnifier. Let's see if I can load these versions, including this specific version. Well, I can't necessarily open all these things. Well, let's see if I can find some .exe stuff to kind of like open up. Scanning that drive. 3D Mark 2001 SC. I wonder how that would look like. I mean, I've not ran it with only the 3 fonts, but yeah, that looks like it's still searching. No, none. Okay. Let's see. File extension. I think it's like an application. I can't really necessarily tell which one's application. Nah, it doesn't seem like it can find it. Oh, this one's displaying those things. I need to know which one is an application. We got applications, some applications here. Still trying to search for all those applications. It's still searching for more programs and applications now. Oh, it's already 7. It's already 7 o'clock. I checked to see if my older brother's out here. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, there's my alarm. Just set off for 7 now. Well, it seems like I might as well be prepared to leave, whatever. Let's see if I can launch all these programs while it's do search. Yeah, error starting program extra. Yeah, while it's doing that. It froze. That I completely locked it up. "68 views, 5 concurrent viewers." No, I don't need scan disk. I wonder if I could probably remove scan disk. I mean, it's probably integrated. Yeah, those funky looking fonts. Goodwill. I'm just checking to see. Checking to see if my older brother's here. Oh man, which one is program files? Oh yeah, it is program files. Yeah, that's Internet Explorer. What happens if I seemingly try to uninstall it by just forcibly deleting it? Did that work? Oh, it's trying to find it. Nope, cannot find it. But I mean, yeah, that can't find it. But let's see if I can try to at least launch these versions of Internet Explorer. That'll still work. These are like non-integrated versions. So yeah, IE 5.5. Yeah, I think I did have IE 5.5 installed on this thing, but now I don't because program not found. Oh, let's take a look, see if I can launch Utile IE collection to yeah, not available. See if I can launch Utile IE collection. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, let's see if I can yeah, let's see. Start Utile IE collection. See if I can oh, doesn't. Yeah, this font in particular is unreadable. Let me save this specific theme though. Windows Gradient. So this one is just with gradient. But same. Well, let me see if I can try to get it to display with a good looking font as a substitute font. All now the fonts are looking a bit funky. I'm just gonna set to like randomly generated fonts. Whatever kind of font that it needs, just so I could decipher this interface, you know, of the missing fonts. Wonder how that will look like. Trying it. Trying to find those TTF fonts. Oh, it did. Now I can see the fonts now. Although the icons are increase the size of the that's not the, where's the icons? Program icons or some. Yeah, this is icons. Set to like what kind of font it could be. I mean, because these are true type fonts. I think I would probably see these update. There we go. Now I can see what they are. Internet Explorer, program not found. Yeah, the IE 5.1. Obviously, that the default text on these boxes are not actually known. Let's do Notepad and see if we can decipher. Yeah. See if we can. Yep. Now, Now let's see if it'll actually load that thing. Launch IE web browser. That link doesn't work. But launching this one loads up IE 5.01, the version that came with Windows 2000. But now that we have deciphered, well, I mean, we no longer have, well, now we can decipher everything, but we no longer have an Internet Explorer applet now. Well, Outlook Express 5 kind of does run. Oh, yeah, the funky looking fonts again. Now I just wonder. Do a cold boot here. I mean, obviously, forcibly remove IE from this 98 in a way just by permanently deleting the folder. We'll want to see how the stability of this handles. Is it probably going to say something like error loading explorer.exe or whatever? Uh-oh, there's an, oh wait, I thought there's not going to be anything. Well, it would seem like everything's loading up fine. Let's see, start my computer. I mean, I essentially I essentially removed the Internet Explorer folder, but I mean, this link just goes to the IE 5.01 link. I can't necessarily, can't necessarily view the folders anymore. There's no option to show the contents of the system folders, because I mean what the funky looking fonts that it has. Document stuff. Well, at least I can see whatever that's on this thing. Let's see, system 32. I think it's under system. Shell extension, cab view. There should be like a something within here. Well, I mean, there's no link. There's no link, it seems like. Not view as a web page. Let's see how I can at 1.5 doesn't work. Yeah, I can't necessarily browse those entries now. Oh well, I see enough. Let's see how about I can start removing some of these programs forcibly. I mean, before we do that, let's go to the control panel. Does that look up? Yeah, it does. add and remove programs. Oh, I can't necessarily see any of my installed programs because of the funky looking fonts. Windows setup, all those things. That's like the option to create a bootable floppy emergency repair disk, which I don't necessarily have. Tweak UI, else. The speech applet. The user setup system. Well, it still displays my system info, the logo on there too. Desktop themes. Well, at least it's able to load some of these things. Now let's see. Because I can't necessarily see anything now, so let's see if I'm able to forcibly remove all of these. Yes, all. This change could impact one or more registered programs. Yes. No. This access is denied. Cannot delete. The few of those stuff that I probably try to get rid of. At least some of the programs did it. Oh, cannot delete OSA. MSOST, whatever. Okay, so let's see about the that's gone. Oh. Can't necessarily delete the plus stuff now. I'll just forcibly remove all those stuff now. Now if I try to launch all these things, they all don't open. Not even media player. And he's now broken. I mean, let's see what happens if I try to. Nothing in the Windows folder. Well, the desktop themes applet doesn't seem to work anymore. So, what happens if I? Let's see. Dell. Store.cpl. File not found. Oh, delete all those files? Yeah. Except for a few. So there's no applet for us to... Yep. System cannot find the file specified. Neither the property... Yeah. At least... So we couldn't necessarily open up that applet anymore. Yeah, except for the system applet. Speech recognition failed to initialize. The mail stuff. Add new hardware now. Okay. I'm going to try to delete all the rest of the .exe files. Oh, that's gonna break Windows, obviously. Well, there's no notepad. Oh wait, there is still, but there's no dial works. This is trying to. It just seems like it's locked up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, not responding. And what's up these things? Oh, that happen to explore. But the taskbar is like, there we go. Try to launch command. Uh-oh. Oh, now the keyboard's acting a bit strange. Fine. Just gonna do whatever. Just trying to do whatever here. Obviously, there's nothing really much I can do. I'm just messing around. Don't try this at home, guys. Windows Explorer. Alright, there we go. Now it seems to gone itself back up. Oh yeah, I obviously. Oh, I think I also deleted the benchmark stuff. Yep, I deleted it. Hold on, reg edit. Oh wait, that opens. Registry editor also opens. But what if we remove a few other programs? Windows, Dell, dot. Well, everything except Explorer. See if we can try to get only Explorer. Oh wait, we can't. So I'm gonna make a separate copy. One file copied. So I just copied the yeah, there's the Explorer stuff. So Dell for that. Uh-oh. And what does that happen? That, well, okay. That looks like it's displaying a different font. That, alright. Full screen. That's displaying the main font. Let's see, my computer. Well, that still loads. Even the this window can't necessarily close that out. So one of the many files that it, where's the search thing? To run this application cannot be found. Let's see if that was not. See if I can try to log off. If it will. Oh, well, I can see my cousins over there. See if it's able to log itself out. Oop. Yes. Yeah, that one more files. Yeah. Error loading. Yeah. Oh, now it's XP Professionals trying to do things, kind of like re-add a couple of those things. Links more on Yanks, we got that on there. Didn't necessarily find that. Let's see, command del access did not. Okay, I think that's like the Explorer thing, right? So I think it's still running that. What it is 7:25, and I mean, if that's the case, if my brother is not, if one of my brothers is not coming along, then that pretty much means I can pretty much continue this stream for how long as I need it to be. Oh, unable to, yeah. Yeah, error loading. Well, at least Explorer opens, but I'm not able to necessarily view the warning files anymore. No. Couldn't necessarily see. Whoa, those right click things. That's looking a bit, I don't know. See. Let's try launch that. Up. Oh wait, that must. Yeah, I mistyped it. Uh-oh. Cannot find regedit. It's not available. So I can't edit the registry now. Program Manager is also absent too. But Explorer, well, I guess that remains because I mean it's still in use. Even though the entirety of this is messed up now, so I wonder what happens if we try to oops. Oh wait. What happens when checking WinVer? Oh, WinVer cannot be found. Lots of these DLL stuff. DLL. Well, that leaves us with those things, but it seems like oh, there goes that, and there's no see what happens if we go to control. Oh, none of these will work anymore. Can I access Windows folder? Yes, I can. See if I'm able to take at least some of these things out. Oh, all those DLL stuff is deleted. Where's the Explorer? There's Explorer. That's the actual file. Cannot delete Explorer. Well, that's gone. Files, specify files and use my Windows. Exit to DOS. Well, that's gonna go. That's like a shortcut to exit to like DOS mode support, but it doesn't necessarily work on my machine. Right, full error. Alright. Oh, that's weird. So it tried to start it up and then it instantly shut itself down with the it's now safe to turn off your computer screen. That's weird because I think I deleted all those DLL stuff. Yep. It's not necessarily working anymore. So whoa! I'm seeing a command prompt line. I'm seeing a command prompt line appear on this screen. I'll be okay. So I'm seeing a hidden. I'm seeing hidden command line stuff. Let's see dir. Oh, it's listing all the dir stuff. How do I get this? I mean, now it's basically like command line stuff. Let's see if I can type in win again. Does the same thing. Hey, at least I'm able to. Oh, there's the command prompt thing again. There's the command prompt thing again. Win. Win. So it's still essentially acting we're still in the command prompt, even though it's telling us that's now safe to turn off our computer. So even though it's asking us that, it is still behind the scenes it's acting as a command prompt. Wonder if you could probably do the same thing on Windows ME. Obviously, you do the same thing because that's still technically based on DOS. Ver. You just type in the same thing. Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. Now I see a C // prompt. We do have a del command here. That's not at least at least that shows. So we're essentially and how do we actually switch modes? How do we actually switch video modes on DOS now? Now that we're seeing this screen. So today I learned that this screen, this part, it's now safe to turn off your computer screen. It's actually a command prompt in disguise. Obviously, because if I hit the escape button, if I hold down escape, I would see that break, and then I would see this line, the little lines come down here. And if I actually type in something here, I can actually see stuff come up. Or if I'm on this screen, and if I type in WIN, if I just type in something here, okay. If I just hold down enter on this screen, yeah, seen that. I see a C:/ thing down there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing bad command or file name. Exit. Doesn't necessarily exit. Close. Whoa, okay. Okay. So even CLS exit out that thing. So let me see what. Okay, okay. Now I see what. Now I see what. Now I see what happens. Now I see what happens. 95 views, 5 concurrent viewers. Windows 98. Load that up. Okay, now it's asking me to. It's now saying just turn off your computer. I mean the keyboard's still hooked up, so let's see, CLS, enter, there we go. It boosts us out into the command prompt stuff. So let's type in ver, Windows 98, CLS. So this is everything that's in this drive. CLS. It doesn't necessarily refresh the screen, but set. Ooh, what's that? Okay, let's see if I can do edit. Oh, there we go. It refreshed the stuff. Okay. Let's see if I can actually get that thing to load up. All right. Windows 98. Got that now. Let's see. Yeah, edit. EDIT. Enter. Oh wait. Okay. Let me. I think I must have mistyped it. I'm on that screen now. Now that the OS is not loading anymore. Obviously. What? Nope. Not that one. Command prompt only. Okay. It's on command prompt mode, so if I type in win, whoa! I see some glitchy text there. Close. Okay, I need to go back to the edit thing. Type in the edit command. while it's doing that normally. So let me hold down and enter. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, there's the see. Alright, let's see what happens if I hold down enter. Okay, it still shows that, obviously, on the screen. Okay. Alright, hold that up. Flip that screen. Edit. There we go. Now we got this window up here. This is MS-DOS editor. Exit. It brings us back to this one, but did not refresh the. It did not necessarily refresh the thing. Windows 98 command. Oh wait, let's do win command edit command. Well, now we're in here. Windows 98. Oh wait, when close command. There you go. Microsoft Windows 98. Now we're in command prompt mode with this weird mode switching thing. What other types of video modes are there? I think it's mode con. Status for. Oh, okay. Columns 40 lines 25. I think I'll do 80-50. Mode 80-50. Oh, okay, that screwed it up. It's flashing now. Mode. Oh, let's do win again. See if that brings us back. Mode con. LPT1, LPT2, LPT1, LPT2, LPT. Okay, it's con. Mode con displays con bad command or file name. 40 columns. That's the mode. I think it's 80-25, right? 80-25. Well, just displace that. I think, let's see, 80-23 mode 8023. Oh, invalid parameter. Let's see. Mode. Okay, let's do dir. Let's just make sure it properly refreshes the window. Mode. Invalid parameter. Configure system devices. So, refresh code page. Display mode. Refresh code page. Mode a device. Okay. Mode / status. Oh, that's the same thing as just doing a mode con 40 column lines 25. Let's see. 40. Let's switch this to 40. 80. 80 columns. It's just 80 mode C. Mode mono. Okay, it sets us. Oh goodness! It refreshed the screen display now, so now we get a proper command prompt window. Let's see if I type in again. The same thing here. Mode mono. Switches back to this one. So now we are. Whoop. Command. Yep, we are in command prompt mode now. Edit. Oh, we are on mode CO 80. Edit. Now in color mode. Mode CO 40. Mode CO 20. That's invalid parameter. 60. Well, we are on color. This is like what? 40 20. Forty 25. Mode 8025. Okay, so that's that. Mode 8. Hold on. I think he's here. Well, I think I guess with that being said, guys, my big brother is, well, I'm not gonna name who big brother is. He's gonna make me go outside now, so. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and head on outside, and I'll end the stream right now. So yes, thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Until then, see y'all guys later.